stay out of the cold and win. So,
1 moment.
so I would like to just declare that we're going to the church and continue a search in deference to public spaces that is a true public space. I'm in agreement.
Okay, so when you said union, you said that's your personal thing, but perhaps since we're talking about going to the church, that we should try that out on Monday and continue our search for
absolutely continue.
Okay, did everyone hear that concept? Okay. B.
On the list you gave, the one thing you didn't list was the one that I suggested, which was we meet at Chase if the weather's good, and if the weather's not good, here. This is out of the wind. This is out of the rain. It's a little chilly, but it's a lot warmer than it is upstairs. I haven't found this meeting intolerable. There have been some problems with it. And it's at our location, so if we have good weather, we're there. It's a single location. It's where I think we should be.
It's close to mass transit.
Yeah.
Close to
Yeah, so
it's a hub.
Especially on rainy days, you don't have to go upstairs.
A lot laughter down,
I'm good with that.
What?
I said I'm good with that as well.
Again, I tend to think that we should try these other places, but I don't think it has to be a General Assembly. I think we should have a meeting to discuss what our next steps are. Maybe Sunday, or maybe Monday at the church, or maybe Tuesday at the church. And I'd like to try that. I'd like to have a meeting there. I'd like to have a meeting at the Grassroots House. I'd like to try that. I'd like to try a meeting at the post office. I guess you're the one who said post office.
Do we have that time? Okay.
And I'd like us to think about setting other meetings to talk about stuff, to deal with business without this. Is it 90% who's going to vote and all that crap? So we can talk about, so we sit down and try and brainstorm and try and get something done.
Great.
Well, we have two really good agenda items that were kind of meshed as one, brainstorming about what to do next and what to do next. I think that we should, since we have the space on Monday, that we should go use the space on Monday, but make it, that's the agenda item. I mean, that's what we want to be talking about. That's what I want to be, that's what I want to be talking about. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to think about what I have to say. I don't care about all the logistics. But we have this really warm space. Why don't we use it?
Do we? It's a little bit unclear. Do we have that spaces like reserved for us?
I mean,
is that what?
My understanding.
Okay, thank you. I just didn't quite get that detail. B.
My understanding is that there's two spaces there. There's the main space, and then there's the school. And so if people don't understand, the school is never reserved. They just have somebody there. They're going to have somebody there on Monday. And that the main space is, if it's booked, they pay for their bills by booking meeting space. So if it's booked, but it's not going to get booked before Monday for an event. So we could have the main space.
Just to interject something. On this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., if anyone's following this, I won't follow stuff on the web too much, but there's this 5 points meeting.
Yeah, we talked about that. We canceled the...
that, for instance, is one of the groups that's using the big church, the church space.
That's at that church.
Yeah.
And the GA...
Not the school space that he's mentioning, which is across the courtyard.
Okay, so... oh, my time's up.
I apologize for having got here earlier.
So...
I would like to suggest that we put on the agenda for Monday that we will experimentally discuss, brainstorm, try and work out what's the next step. It'll be coming after the Saturday thing, so a lot of us will have gone to that. We'll have some ideas. And what should Occupy Berkeley do next without decision? You know, and so it'll, and that we're going to try to do it not as a GA, not with votes, not with the facilitation rule, but just as a brainstorm discussion, and not call it a General Assembly and just say,
so that would be posted to clarify on the line, saying this is the next meeting. The Saturday GA is canceled because of this 5 next steps, and the next meeting of Occupy Berkeley will be a brainstorming share out on the subject of the next steps
Where do we go from here?
on Monday.
And the next regular GA will be Thursday.
Can I see a show of hands of anyone who wants to speak for or against that? If I see no hands, I will call for an official vote. I'd like to call for an official vote on that idea, putting that on the website. Saturday is canceled. The Saturday GA is canceled. Please go to this 5-step thing, 5 next steps, and join us Monday at the church for a brainstorm share out for next steps of Occupy Berkeley. All in favor? All opposed? All abstained? Passed.
Who's going to get it on the web?
I will do that tonight as
Last week was better.
I will do that as soon as we get these minutes up. The last thing on the agenda is next steps for the Occupy. I suggest and offer to the group that we save that discussion for the Saturday meeting and the Monday meeting. Can I get a temperature check on that? Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
Wait. I'd like to add something. Maybe we can come together at one of these other places between now and next Thursday to maybe figure out what we're going to do so that we can put on Thursdays, reset the time and place for these meetings. We're supposed to reset an ongoing whatever. At very least, I would like to change the ongoing meeting to upstairs instead of the park with here as the backup. Because we're allowed to do that because we put that, it's been noticed that this is a meeting. At last meeting, we decided that a location was okay. We could come up with a location.
I have a question about the upstairs space that you're talking about. What upstairs space are you referring to?
All the discussion has been in front of Chase. There's been 2 spaces talked about. One is between the Chase and the entrance to the bar, and the other one is right next to it where the chairs are.
Right.
I'm just kind of curious what this is about.
It's an Occupy Berkeley meeting.
It's the General Assembly of Occupy Berkeley. It's winding down. We missed the fireworks. Welcome. We were making
There was
some
fireworks?
Yes.
Where?
Right here.
Right here.
Where you're standing, there's a big
When
one.
you say in front of Chase, is this outdoors?
Outdoors. Yeah, the outdoors were if the weather was permitting.
So where do we kill like the CEOs?
So,
You should go to the court. Occupy the courts.
we are,
8 a.m.
need to understand, we're not deciding that tonight. You said that we should,
We can decide that tonight. If we don't, then our next meetings are going to be
then our next meeting will be next Thursday
in the park.
in the park officially. Is that, do people want to come to another, to change the
I will be there
regular?
tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right on.
See you.
So, there's a proposal. Sorry, let me just rephrase this so that it's clear. And I think we could railroad
That's
it
right.
through right now.
That's why I want it to be in public.
You're out of turn. You're out of turn. You're both out of turn. The proposal is that we, as the remaining members of this GA, officially decide that until further notice, GAs will be held in front of the Chase upstairs, weather permitting. When the weather is not permitting, we come downstairs, as we did tonight. Can I get a temperature check on that idea?
I just came late, but can I ask a question? I guess the park is getting cold, and what seemed better 2 weeks ago is now not so great. Is that just the gist of what's going on? I think it's worth it. I think it's central.
And it's also, like he said, more visible. Okay, so then I'll put it to official vote. The 4th for tonight, I may add. All in favor of changing the location until further notice of the Occupy Berkeley General Assembly to the upstairs in front of Chase, weather permitting, weather not permitting, down where we stand right now. All in favor? All opposed? It is passed.
I would change it to where we are rather than where we stand, as you understand.
Good for you. So, to close tonight's meeting, sorry, before everyone leaves, I'd like to just go through the tradition of reading through the ones that were passed. The one that, I'm going to try to do it in reverse order. The first one I just said, next week, Thursday, okay, so, no, I'm not going to, that's too hard. This Saturday's GA is canceled because of the next 5 big steps for the Occupy movement, which will be at the church on Bonita and Cedar, the BFUU. Furthermore, this wording of the Occupy Berkeley flyer is approved to be copied and disseminated. Furthermore, Monday's GA will be held at that church. It is Monday's GA will be presented on the website as not a GA, but a Occupy Berkeley brainstorm and discussion and share out of what happened on Saturday. And finally, all further official GAs will be held upstairs or here. Weather not permitting, we'll come downstairs. Thank you. Have a good night.